Hey YouTube, Kira Twig here, bringing you guys my Gimmick Puppet deck profile for July 2013. Gimmick Puppets are the new monsters that came out in the Number Hunters set. It's a pretty cool type of deck. Mostly revolves around making rank 8 summons using the Gimmick Puppet monsters. Thought I'd bring you guys a deck profile. We still need a lot of the support for it. Hopefully it'll be coming out in Judgment of Light, like Magnet Doll and Dreary Doll. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. For the main deck, I run 3 Gimmick Puppet Egghead. Probably one of my favorite monsters just because he's level 4 Gimmick Puppet. Most of them are level 8, so they're kind of hard to get out. But with him, you can send one Gimmick Puppet monster from your hand to the grave to inflict 800 points of damage to your opponent, or make this card level 8. So you really want to get Gimmick Puppets into the graves. You can special summon them quicker, and he really helps to quicken that thing out. Plus, he becomes a level 8 himself, which helps with the ranks exceed summons. I also run 3 Gimmick Puppet Scissor Arms. This card helps with thinning out the deck because when it's normal summon, you can send one Gimmick Puppet monster from your deck to the graveyard. So pretty much get the big ones out of the way in the grave where you want them. So he's pretty helpful. Plus you can even go into rank 4 summons with Egghead if you need to with him, since they're both level 4. And I also run 3 Gimmick Puppet Gear Changer. He's very versatile, pretty much because if you have him and another Gimmick Puppet monster on the field, you have an instant exceed summon right there, because his level can become any other Gimmick Puppet monster on the field. So I like to run 3 of him. He's pretty good. And plus I also run 2 Gimmick Puppet Twilight Joker. Pretty much when a Gimmick Puppet monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can banish that monster and special summon this one from your hand. You can only use the effect of Gimmick Puppet Twilight Joker once per turn, but it's pretty good because these Gimmick Puppets are pretty weak, so they will be destroyed pretty easily. Banish them, special summon this guy, and either hope to summon a Gear Changer next turn or another high level 8 monster and go for the Exceed summon. I'm also running 3 Machina Cannons. This card is really good in this deck, pretty much because it's a level 8, and all you have to do to summon it is send from your hand to the graveyard 1 or more machine type monsters, and all the Gimmick Puppet monsters are machine type, so it makes it very easy to get this guy out, which is why I also like to run 3 of him. Very simple. And I'm also running 2 Gear Spring Spirits. Pretty much with this card, it cannot be normal summoned or set. It must first be special summoned from your hand by having only 1 machine type monster in your graveyard, by having only machine type monsters. So as long as you only have machine type monsters in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. He's a level 8, so he goes well with the Exceed summon with your other monsters. But I only like to run 2 of him, because if you need to go into other options, like besides machine type monsters from your extra deck, it can be pretty troublesome with this card. And on terms of draw power, the deck is kind of suffering from that, so I run 2 Card-Card-D. Just really helps with that situation, getting your hand back. And plus I also run 2 Cyber Dragon. I mostly run Cyber Dragon so I can go into the option of Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, pretty much because he's a level 8 monster, plus he also helps getting rid of the low level machines on the field if I need to go into other options. Plus it also helps take care of my opponent's Zen mains if I ever need to. That's pretty much it for the monsters. We'll move on to spells. 1 limited removal, pretty much because they are machine type monsters. 1 Machina Armored unit. Once per turn, when a machine type monster is destroyed by battle and sent to your grave, you can special summon 1 machine type monster from your deck that has the same attribute and less attack than destroyed monster. So it pretty much just gives you options with the deck. Pretty helpful. Plus 1 Foolish Burial, like I said, just to get those gimmicks into the grave. 2 Forbidden Dress. This card pretty much is just to help get your Xyz off, summon a high level monster. It could not high level, high rank monster. It can probably be destroyed by Torrential or Bottomless pretty easily, so just use the dress to help in those situations. Plus 1 Heavy and 2 MST just to help clear up the back row for your summons. 1 Monster Reborn to get the high level monsters from your grave, and 1 Mind Control. That's it for spells. We'll move on to traps. I run 3 Threatening Roar, just because I have low attack point monsters on the field and I want to protect them. This really helps. And plus, if I ever need the option of going into number 88 and Gimmick Puppet of Leo, trying to go for that game win, this card really helps because I just have to set this card activate it, have nothing in my back row for next turn, and don't have to worry about Gimmick Puppet of Leo being destroyed by battle that turn if he possibly can get over it. Plus 1 Call of the Haunted, 1 Solemn Judgment, 1 Solemn Warning, 2 Torrential, 1 Starlight Road, and since we are XYZ summoning a lot in this deck, 1 XYZ Reborn. And that's pretty much it for the main deck. We'll move on to the extra deck now. I run 2 number 40 Gimmick Puppet of Strings. This card pretty much helps. It's got 3,000 attack points, so he's pretty hard to get over. And he can also destroy your opponent's monsters and inflict damage to them with his string counters. So I run 2 of him. Only have 1 number 15 at the moment. Would like to run a second one because this card really helps destroy my opponent's special summon monsters. Plus, if they're Exceed monsters, they're taking burn damage, so he's really good. And number 88, Gimmick Puppet of Leo. I really don't get him out too much and really do not want to go for him when I can. But just fun. It really helps against decks like Chain Burn and all that, decks that stall out, because I can pretty much just bring this guy out. They have 3 turns before I win against their, let's say, final countdown 20 turns, so it's pretty fun to use in situations like that. And just other rank 8 monsters, 1 Heliopolis, 1 Neo Galaxy Eyes, 1 number 107, and since we do have rank 4 options, 1 Maestroke, 1 Utopia, 1 Papal Operative, 1 Pearl, and since for the lower level monsters, the Gear Changers, 1 Slacker Magician, and for the Starlight Road, 1 Stardust Dragon, and then for the Cyber Dragons, 2 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragons. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck. I definitely recommend giving Gimmick Puppets a try. They're a lot of fun. We still do need a lot of support, like I said before, for this deck to become very good. So hopefully we'll be getting that stuff pretty soon. And that's it for the deck profile. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and Kira Twig out.